So what exactly has happened is that we are very glad to know that you have selected us for giving an award, and we acknowledge that that award is a great moment of pride for us. In the meantime, the type of efforts we have taken throughout our journey as a bank, because the banking is no longer restricted as an isolated entity. The banking is now is a lot of things are under collaborations. So this award recognition is from your side, it because there are lot of a large number of teams are there behind these developments. Thus it is a recognition of the team, their efforts. And moreover, I would like to add is that the award is a recognition of my efficiency in banking. That is number one. My confidence also in banking. Also, it aids to increase and elevate my reputation in the entire financial industry. So that is a great moment for us, and we truly acknowledge your the award. And the same time, it is we express our gratitude from the organization myself with the banking sector. That's all I want to just add. So just to add, banking is no longer an organization which can exist in isolation in an island. Banking is now supported with both from the regulator side. The regulator is both from the fiscal side, that is the government side. Regulator is also the Reserve Bank of India. We have a fiscal regulator, we have also monetary regulator. But we have seen during the banking journey, we have seen that both the regulator is very responsive, because they want to give a clear message to the world that we are a financial supermarket, financial stronger hub to undertake banking business, and we are none less than the best of the best bank in the across the globe. So to come to the detailed nuances of who has supported in this journey is that because the government of India side, if you look at Ministry of Home Affairs, that I foresee, that is the organization who has a detailed plan, because a lot of turbulence is happening in banking service with regard to financial transactions. Just to support that, the MHA, Minister of Home Affairs, MeitY, as well as if you look at Reserve Bank of India has come up with the various guidelines to insulate and instill confidence among the customers that the banking system is more resilient enough, and to take that forward ahead, whatever the direction is given by the Reserve Bank of India or from the Ministry of side, our internal, because Reserve Bank of India and Ministry of Finance want to see that the infrastructure built up in various banks should be robust enough, so to instill the confidence of the customer that this organization is robust enough to undertake banking business with confidence. That is the level of again we are getting support from. And if you look at various guidelines, various compliance, because the Minister of Finance is not only giving our guidelines, they are handholding us in each element of our developments, seeing that whatever software or application we develop, it meets the meets the culprits and noise creators away from the banking and financial system, so that the customer confidence continue to get stronger and stronger. So collaboration is extremely critical. In fact, if you look at my AI space, for example, if I look at the banking sector as a whole, the learnings from say largest bank, because we are around 20-30 banks across happening and daily basis, millions of transactions are happening. But if you look at that transaction, the learnings from the best bank in the country is getting filtered to us. We are learning from the mistakes committed by some other banking in the system, some other bank in the system, and our learning in our internal system is getting percolated down to some other bank in the country. And even also we have a lot of learning, because we have also learnings across the globe. The best of the bank across the globe, their learnings also is getting populated to our system. It is getting filtered. As a result of which, what is happening, the benefits of the entire world development in BFI space with this sort of technology, we are getting the benefits of that. So we are insulating our customers. The customer is gaining confidence on that. If you look at the map of frauds or noise, what is happening in the banking surface, you will say that it has come down significantly. At the same time, you will say that the customer is looking at the banking with a lot of confidence. Otherwise, the banking sector no longer can say that it is a support function, or for example, you no longer can say that the technology is a support function, or for example, fraud detection is a support function. The fraud detection itself is becoming a core ingredient part of doing business. So you can say that unless otherwise we invest more on technology with regard to detecting the fraud aspect, anomaly in your transactions, we will not able to exist. So this is one an essential part of doing business. As I was repeating earlier, I just repeat, because banking no longer remain in a hardware type of job. Banking is such a thing, it has gone to a digital platform. Every transaction is happening nearly about the majority of a transaction with regard to volume, with regard to the value, both value and volume transactions are becoming more intensive in a digital surface. And no banks in the country, even the smallest of the small banks, cannot survive because the payment settlement mechanism are becoming so intensive and stronger with the digital adoption. So bank has no option but proactively invest and stay at the edge of the technology, at the advancement of technology. So the banking sector is investing heavily, and we as a bank, because we are a mid-sized bank having a balance sheet size of 4 to 5 lakh crores, we invest also heavily because we keep the horizon of 5 to 10 years bandwidth, then we invest money. And our investments is mostly in the high tech and the best of the technology across the globe, so that we are not second to none, you can say that. So going forward, our investment in technology will continue to be more as compared to the previous year. Also, we have given a higher budget for this year, and will continue also giving higher budget for coming year also, coming time ahead. That's a very good question, because AI is the new, I can say that, because people say that the digital data is the now new currency. If the data, we observe the data very closely, it gives an impression, it reveals a lot of features about a transaction. So AI, what we do is that in lot of our transaction, lot of our business modeling, we are using. That's what I was telling, is that banking no longer restricted to an individual bank. We take a learning from other banks, whatever mistakes committed, whatever the trail or what is the pattern seen across the banking sector, we adapt it. So it is not that I have to understand. There are two type of AI simulations we undertake, is that it is not only that whatever learning is coming from the banking sector we do, we also integrate with our transactions. The customers ours has a trail of its past history. As a result of which AI, we look at the vertical integration of recognizing the character of that customer's transaction. At the same time, we also look at that horizontally, what is the customer experience to us. As a result of which we get a very good picture around, by looking at the transaction, we can make out a very good predictive ability of that model, and we can do a financial transaction with more confidence with the customers. And we can categorize the customers whether it is a low risk or high risk or a medium risk. That is the precise, unless otherwise you classify the customers in a proper category, then we cannot undertake a transaction with more confidence, because this is the not the question of undertaking a transaction. Undertaking the transaction, any banks can take a transaction, but taking the transaction with confidence is our motto, and giving the customer the confidence also is our motto.